What's up, world? I'm here with Dan. Dan came out with us today. Dan's a friend of mine. I don't know a whole lot about what goes on in your head about LGBT stuff. So I'm kind of interested, just sitting here, thought I want to ask Dan some questions. So Dan, where do you stand on all this stuff? What do you think? We were just sitting here talking like this is probably the biggest event in Omaha, probably of the year. I mean, it's huge. So what do you think of the LGBT worldview?
I might need more specific stuff.
So I guess, in your opinion, is it okay to be gay? And if so, why or why not?
Yeah, it's hard. I don't know if I've given that one a lot of thought before.
Yeah. Well, how about this? Our question of the hour: can the Bible and LGBT plus be reconciled? Those two ideologies. Can you fit the claims of both inside your head?
No, I think if you follow what Christianity says, you can't really reconcile with LGBTQ worldview and vice versa.
One or the other, you think?
You have to pick one, I think.
What do you think about that? I can't remember who we talked to, but they said, well, I think it was that Haley, where she said, yeah, you can be a Christian, just kind of basically like cut some stuff out of the Bible and just sort of ignore that stuff. What do you think about that approach?
Yeah, I guess if you pick and choose, you can make it work. I don't know if you're really making it work, though, because you're kind of... I don't know if you're really a Christian in that case, if you do that.
Right. Yeah. Like why, yeah, at that point, why not just abandon, it's just kind of like a build your own religion at that point. So I can see that. So what do you think about the parade? Like, do you think it's been nice, respectful? Do you think it's been a little indecent? Is it a good place for kids to be? Just what do you think about the overall like vibe we're getting going on here?
I haven't watched the whole parade, so from what I've seen, everyone's like dressed and like being respectful, and but I know in a lot of these parades that's not really the case, where people are like half dressed or whatever.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think it's a good place for kids, and seeing a bunch of little kids and babies and stuff is kind of more than a little concerning.
Yeah, there's a ton of kids, and I mean, I haven't seen like anything too crazy. There's a person in their bra, there's a person with a see-through shirt and pasties. I saw like a guy butt hanging out, but yeah, I mean, it hasn't been like a strip club, but I don't think I'd be super comfortable having my kid here. All right, well, what do you hope to ask someone, or what are you hoping we get out of the next few interviews of the day?
Just the trans stuff is really important, because obviously that's like in the limelight a lot right now. So just their thoughts on that, seeing where they fall on like people transitioning and stuff, which from what I've heard does not have a good success rate. There's a lot of complications and stuff. So
yeah. What do you think about the people that, we basically are saying, if Christianity were true, would you be a Christian? And they're saying no. What do you think about that? That's been surprising me. How do you feel about those types of answers we're getting?
Yeah, I'm surprised by that. I understand what they're saying about like the free will thing, because God gave us free will to make our choices and whatever. But I can't say what they're thinking when they say that kind of stuff, but I would guess maybe they're thinking, well, how do you ever have absolute proof of anything? Like someone can say, oh, I'm this person or I'm that person. So maybe in their mind they're like, well, they say all this stuff is true, but there's still that like doubt.
Right. So last question. So being trans, going through trans surgery, living a gay lifestyle, those types of things, do you think that is against God's will for people, or is he cool with that? No pressure.
I know. Yeah, that's something I think about a lot, and I really don't know, because if he gave us free will, it's kind of like, obviously there are good choices and bad choices,
Right.
and
Just haven't quite
yeah,
landed on an answer on that yet.
I guess I'd have to say it's probably against his will, but
It just sucks to say.
I can't say for sure.
Right. Yeah, I get it. It's not. It's like I don't like to be like, I agree. I don't think that's God's will for these people, and I understand the pull. Like I want to tell folks like that are out here. I want to tell them what they want to hear, and I want them to feel like happy and comfortable. I love that. I see the happiness. Ooh, we're supporting each other. Like it's not that I don't want to buck against that, but yeah, it's just when you're understanding what God's will is for people, I don't know what else to say other than just kindly tell them I disagree with their views on that. So, well, cool, man. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
Dan, right?
Yeah.
Okay, how's the audio? We're good? Good? Cool. Hokey dokey. We got Dan. We got Sean out here at the Pride Parade. He's got a toucan shirt. Tell me what is with the toucan shirt.
It's just, the best shirt I could find, I guess, in my closet for
Do you
the
have?
occasion.
Are they like your favorite animal?
No, my daughter actually bought it for me, so.
Did she?
Yep. Yeah.
With her own money?
Yeah, no.
So you bought it for you through
I guess
your
yes,
daughter.
I bought it.
Okay. Do you like Fruit Loops?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they taste the same as they used to?
That I don't know.
In your opinion,
It's been a while.
Yeah, I think there's something off. It's all the cereal. I feel like it's started to change, and I don't know.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
So what brings you out here? We're at the Pride Parade. What brings you out?
Just support for friends and just showing my daughters, letting them see what's going on and keeping their eyes open to everything. So.
What do you think it's important to bring kids out to events like this and teach them about LGBT issues? If so, why is that important?
Yeah, I think it's important. I'm a big, strong, everybody should be treated equally, so not really a better place to see kind of people all walks of life and just, that.
Cool. So everyone should be treated equal, and also, so there's some people who say, well, I agree with you, everyone should be treated equal, but there's still something that I wouldn't support, trans surgeries and things like that. Like, we'll treat them equal, but there's things about this movement that they disagree with. Are you saying, I'm not just out here to treat people equally, but to actually, support this it's kind of a newer understanding sort of that people are having. You want to support the ideas behind it too?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's what people got to find what makes them happy, and if they're happy, then I feel like other people shouldn't be worried, I know there's a lot of people that don't think that way, but it's, yeah.
So I have so many questions swirling in my head for you. So I see a lot of signs and things that say love is love.
Yeah.
But what is love?
I think everybody has their own definition of what love is. I think it's
What's yours?
I think just treating people, making myself happy, making everybody else around me happy, not being a burden to them, understanding that other people can be happy and not necessarily what makes me happy is going to make them happy.
Okay, so a little bit of self-sacrifice in there, ultimate goal being the person you're loving to make them happy.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, I told you we're gonna get philosophical here. So can you see a situation in which, you're making someone happy at your own expense, but it still is not the best thing for them?
Yeah.
I told you these weren't gonna be easy.
Yeah, I think people too will act happy, so I just got to be aware of that. And
So I guess it kind of comes down to how you want to make them happy, you want to not be selfish, but how do you know that the actions you're kind of taking towards folks that you're trying to love, how do you know that those are good actions for them regardless? Because I have a daughter, sometimes the things I'm doing, you know, for her, I tell her to do this or that. She's not happy about it, but it's still loving.
Yeah. No, I definitely have 3 daughters, so yeah, it's and they might not.
I'm sorry.
They might not even think it's the right thing, even though we know what's right for them. Or so I think they'll see it. Yeah, I think just treating people how you want to be treated, essentially, and hoping that they're okay with that. Yeah.
So what's your standard of right and wrong? I mean, is essentially what I'm asking. So there's some people, we talked to folks yesterday at a rally against the Children's Hospital for doing the trans surgeries on kids, and so many of them, basically all of them said, well, you know, my standard is the Bible. That's where I go to know what's right and wrong, so that's how I know, you know, these types of things are wrong. Do you have, what is your standard?
I think I mean, treat people like I want to be treated, and respect people, their opinions. Everybody has their own opinions. Yeah, I think as far as the Bible goes, I think that can be interpreted by many different ways. So, but yeah, I really just stick to treat people how I want to be treated and show respect at all times. And yeah.
So for those, do you think it's a good reason to be against, you know, LGBT, like leaving out rights and treating them right or whatever, but just having it in your head, like I don't agree with say thinking that, you know, being gay, I just don't think that's right. Do you think that that's a good reason for them to say, well, look, in the Bible, you know, there's something that Jesus said, or there's something that, you know, one of his disciples said that leads me to believe being gay is wrong. Do you think that's a good reason to think that?
No, I think I think that's a old way of thinking to say. Things have changed, of course, since the Bible's been wrote. So I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that is going on now that wasn't around when the Bible was wrote. So.
I just thought of a fun question. So things have changed. So what would you say, you know, if, like, let's say Jesus or one of his disciples was here who wrote the stuff against the idea that being gay is okay. Those guys, they're here. What would you say to them to explain, like, what's changed or what have we learned since they taught those things?
I think just people in general, of course, we all change.
Do you think they'd say, I don't care?
Yeah, no,
I don't care that you've changed. That's what we believe. That's what we wrote down, and we want you to still believe that.
I'll stick to God was such a good person, then he's going to treat everybody like humans. It doesn't matter who you love, what your color of your skin is, you know, it's you're a human. So
you'd tell, like, Jesus and his disciple, like, the thing is you just don't know the way God is. You know, you got that wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
it feels weird to say, but it sounds like that's what you'd be telling them.
No, I mean, I definitely think, I just think the Bible's out. It's outdated for our times, and yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't tell them they're wrong, but maybe they need to open their eyes.
You'd find a nice way to imply it. Okay, he's got a question here.
You were talking about change. So obviously we fought for gay rights. We're still probably fighting for that in some places and stuff. Fighting for trans rights. Do you think there's a point at which we should stop? Like, let's say tomorrow, people are like, I'm a giraffe. That's my reality. I want to be a giraffe. Should we fight for that?
A toucan.
Yeah, toucan. Or, you know, your mind can go anywhere. But do you think there's like a point where it's like, there's not really anything to fight for here, or?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I think of if my daughter says she wants to be a giraffe for a day, then I'm probably going to get her a giraffe costume.
What if she wanted to, like, elongate her neck, you know, do the African, like, ring thing and stuff like that? Would you be on board?
Yeah, I mean, if it makes her happy. I mean, if she's sitting there, she's not a happy person. I'm big advocate for mental health, and I think there's some things that people just have to try to Yeah, to find that healthy spot, happy spot.
So it almost sounds like you'd say, well, in that case, I would value her mental health over, I mean, because elongating your neck, and she probably, maybe she wants to get, tattoos and stuff like that for the pattern. It probably wouldn't be great for her health, but you're saying, well, I value her mental health more than her physical health?
I mean, that's where you have to weigh that in. Is it really going to affect her health? I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's not how we're made, but a few tattoos and yeah.
Long neck.
Yeah. It's,
how would you feel about that if she really wanted to do that?
I mean, like I said, I would
Be a little weirded out.
support whatever, as long as she did the research and actually looked into it, and yeah.
Okay, so I've been dying to ask this question for 2 days and I keep forgetting. So I guess to start with, so do you think, so trans folks, let's say, Dan, he's born a man, he begins to feel like a woman and want to transition, do the surgeries, hormones, things like that. So do you think he is a woman in that case? Because it seems like there's different sides, even among here, there's probably some that would say, no, he's not, but it doesn't matter, we need to treat him like it. And there's some that say, no, like he is in a deep, like, metaphysical sense, like he's a woman. And you need to, in all respects.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely a physical, mental thing. You're physically male, but mentally everything is you're female, and so, yeah.
Okay. So would you say in that case, mentally he'd be a female?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, do you think he could know what it is like to be a woman? Like, so the question is like, so if he's a man, he's saying, well, I feel like a woman, but I guess how does he know that what he feels is what a woman feels? Do you get where I'm going?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's just where you're talking to females, researching. I mean, there's ways to figure that out, I believe, so.
Because it just seemed to me like he feels like what he imagines women feel like, but it's almost like, how could you know that what you're feeling is like,
If that makes him happy and that's what he thinks it feels like, then
Gotcha.
go for it.
Your eyes look like you have questions. Anything
Well,
else?
I've heard before, like, they try to attribute certain things, like certain qualities of stuff to men, certain qualities of stuff to women. But then you have people saying like, oh, that's all like societally constructed. So if that's the case, how do you know like what it is to be a woman or to be a man? Because it's all like you're just like, I don't know if I'm making any sense.
Does that make sense?
I wasn't really. Yeah.
Yeah, like what does it mean to be a woman? The classic question.
That I wouldn't know.
It's on your Facebook ads all the time.
Yeah, no, I personally don't know. I mean, I suppose I'll learn more and more living with.
Oh yeah, I bet you will. Me too, man. Me too. So last question. So we've been asking this of folks. If these guys, yesterday they're against the LGBT worldview because of what the Bible says. So if Jesus was who he said he was, the Son of God, he died, he came back to life, which would be kind of a thing, and that was all, for the forgiveness of your sins, so that you'd make him boss of your life. If that was the case, would you make that change and put him in charge of your life, even if that meant being, anti-LGBT plus?
No. I mean, I know too many good people, too many friends that are part of the LGBT community, so I'm not going to put them aside and for uncertainty of this is what the Bible says, essentially.
I mean, if you knew, if you're like, oh yeah, I read it, there's no good reason to disbelieve this. I really do think that this guy came back to life and he's probably should be in charge of things. He probably knows more than me about this stuff. You're saying I'd have to still politely disagree because of the folks in your life you still want to be supportive?
For the people that I love here, and so after life, I feel like I'm going to end up with the people that I care about and love here. So if that's choices that
You don't think you could still get along with those LGBT folks in that community if you said, hey, look, I realize that this Jesus guy needs to kind of have charge of my thoughts and my beliefs about the world. Like that's not my foundation. I'm still good with you. We're still like friends. I love you and everything. I just now see we sort of see things a little bit differently on the LGBT issues. You don't think you could do that?
Yeah. I mean, no. I think I would just stay where I'm at still. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Anything else?
Do you think LGBTQ issues, lifestyle stuff should be taught in schools?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's part of the reason why we're here. We're letting my daughters see things that we might not normally see in our small school. So at some point they're going to open. It's part of life. It's yeah. But well.
All right. Well, thank you, Sean, so much. Appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. Take it easy. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. So I have the mother of these children here, and do we have permission to interview them?
Yes.
There you go. We have permission. All right. Cool. So just keep going. So is it okay, kids? Can I sit like right here?
Yes.
So I'll be kind of at your height. Are we good? Yep. Okay. So who do we have here? What's your name?
Lexi.
Lexi. Nice to meet you, Lexi. I'm Dustin.
Eli.
Eli. Lexi, Eli, and who? Who are you?
Kinsley.
Kinsley. Kinsley, Eli, Lexi. Nice to meet you guys. So what brings you guys out here today? I'll start on this end.
We were going to the Pride Parade.
Okay. Is that right?
Yes.
Pride Parade, what is that?
It's like where they hand out candy.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, and there's like rainbows and stuff.
Okay. Is that right? That's what you got.
I mean, celebrate like gay people.
Celebrate gay people? Okay. And what are you celebrating?
I don't know.
Okay. What does that mean? I guess what are gay people?
Like a boy and a boy dating or a girl and a girl.
Okay. Cool. Is that your understanding too, young man?
Yes.
Okay. And so did you see anything? Did you see anyone who was like protesting against this? We thought maybe there would be, but I didn't see anyone. Did you? You saw one guy. Was he very effective?
Boo.
Yeah. What was he doing or saying?
I don't know.
Do you know what he was?
Protesting for people who are not gay. People should not be gay.
Okay.
Protesting for that.
Okay. And you guys think that's okay?
No.
No, I mean, do you think it's okay to be gay?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Why do you think that? Eli, I know you have the answers.
No.
You don't? All right.
What was the question?
Why? What? So this guy disagreed with you that it was okay to be gay. Why do you think it is okay to be gay?
You should just be yourself. I don't.
Just do you? Cool. Do you know the reason why? Like, do you know what his reason was? Was it a religious thing?
I think I know why you actually things. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's one of our big questions. I see you got a sticker that says, "Be who God meant you to be, and you'll set the world on fire." Saint Catherine of Siena. Urban Abbey. Or, I don't know if I should say people's company names and stuff, but whatever. There's places that
They were here, so
Yeah.
it's okay.
So that's kind of one of our big. We're asking a lot of questions, but one of them is like, well, can the Bible be reconciled with the LGBT views of things? So the folks with that sticker obviously think you can be, identify as Christian and be pro-LGBT. What do you think of that?
What was the question again?
Kinsley, is that right? Nice. What do you think? Bible and LGBT, do they go together?
I have no idea.
Have you read the Bible?
No.
Are you interested in reading the Bible, or does it not interest you?
No.
No? Why not?
I don't know. It's big.
It's big? Yeah, it's a big book. How about you, young man?
No.
No interest in the Bible?
Nope.
Do you know who the main character is?
Nope.
You don't know who the main character is? How about you?
I don't even know half those words.
Who is the star of the Bible? I got God. Is there room? Are you getting this one? The one. Well, someone off camera said God. So, do you want to be on camera? Okay, you can move it back over here. She's just got all the knowledge, so I thought it'd be interesting. So the folks with that sticker say God's cool with being gay. I guess you guys haven't read the Bible, so you're not sure. That was one of my questions: is whether the two can go together. Let's say this. Let's say this. You say they can go together. Have you read the Bible?
A little.
Yeah, and the parts you've read seem to be okay with LGBT.
I was very little, but once I read it, so I don't remember any of it.
Okay. So there's a passage there, there's a few of them that people use, and there's one in Romans that says, I don't know, I won't get to, but you said a boy dating a boy. It says that is not good, and that there'll be a punishment involved with that. So, just believing me that that's in there, what do you think about these folks who? Do you think they're like ignoring that part, or what do you think? Woo!
What?
So, with that part being in the like, what do you think? How do they do that? And like, how can you have that in the Bible and still kind of value it and be a pride parade and celebrating that? Do you know?
No.
No. So.
What's the answer, Zoe? You know the answer.
Yeah, boy, this is one I should be asking.
What was the question again?
How can they go together?
Yeah, so there's passages in there that, I mean, to when I look at it, like I would say, yeah, there's stuff in there that is not for LGBT. It says that's wrong. So would you say then, well, maybe you should just not believe the Bible then, just kind of abandon that and go with the pride thing?
We should always kind of stick to the Bible. If it's not get together, you shouldn't read it. But always trust the neighbor.
No, love thy neighbor.
Love the
Always
neighbor.
trust the neighbor. Yeah, don't do that.
Love the neighbor.
So you don't think it's an all or nothing thing. You think you can hold to some of the stuff in the Bible, but then that stuff that's against LGBT, leave that out. Don't buy into that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Gosh, I don't know. What else do I ask kids? What else do you think? What does all this bring into your head? What's going through your head right now?
I don't know.
How about you?
I'm not going to bed tonight.
You're not going to bed tonight. That's what she's thinking about. Too much pride candy. Yes, sir.
We're going to the pool.
Going to the pool? Nice. You like going to the pool?
Yes.
What do you like about it?
We get to jump in.
Nice. Very cool. Okay, let me ask this. So I see this flag. Do you guys know? We've been kind of trying to figure out what's the black and the brown stripes on your flag for. Do you know?
For other skin tones.
Yeah. Why is that on the pride flag? Do you know?
No.
It's okay.
Just to say we are one.
Yeah, we're all. But what about there's people with that skin tone that would probably be out there with that yelling guy about the Bible. They'd probably be on his side, so they don't like being on here. So do you think it's maybe those stripes should be removed, or there should be an asterisk involved?
I don't think they should be removed.
Asterisks, that'd be just a little symbol there, and maybe an explanation down there that says not all people with these skin colors agree with the LGBT. What does that mean?
The rainbow well, I kind of know about it because my cousin, her and her friends would always get together under a shaded part and talk about it. and they were like, the rainbow means about how it represents gay people.
Yeah.
Black and brown ones say like they should not be represented gay, or they should be divorced, or if they're like gay.
Yeah, the rainbow part is for the L, G, and the B, I think. And then the T is this pastel stuff over here. Okay, so last question, back to the kind of the religious aspect of things. So, oh no, I get an oh no from over here. Why don't you like those questions?
Because I know nothing about it.
Okay, well, let's say this. So let's say that that guy yelling things is at least partially right, that this Jesus fella that Zoe seems to know so much about, he did live and die, and then he came back to life to forgive all the bad stuff you've done. But he also says that, you know, he loves gay people, but he does think that that it's wrong for a boy to date a boy. What would you do with those? What would you do with that in your head? How do you? Would you say, well, okay, I guess I'll believe you, and you know, since you're the Son of God, would you go with that, or would you still say, yeah, no, I'm gonna be pro LGBT?
I would not agree.
You'd not agree
Yeah, just.
with Jesus?
I mean,
How about Zoe?
What? Would you agree with Jesus?
Yeah, if Jesus really died, came back to life, he was the Son of God, but said, you know, this stuff's no bueno. What would you do?
I'd say no. People are good or have the rights to be gay.
You disagree with the Son of God?
Yes.
All right, Zoe. I was wondering if we would get different. We've been getting that kind of answer, which has been surprising me. I was wondering if we'd get different answers from kids, but I guess not. Are you on board with that, Kinsley?
yeah.
Or
Like, people should be treated the same as, like, everyone else.
even if the Son of God says, well, they'll treat him the same, but it's not right that they do that. You disagree with him?
Yeah.
You have raised some bold children. All right, Eli, same?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Okay, anything else that I'm missing you guys want to say, comment about? Yes, ma'am.
Eli agrees with everything we say.
Oh, well, that's because you guys are smart. You agree with everything they say?
Yes.
Okay, you heard it here first. All right, thank you guys for your time. Appreciate you. Yep.
Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.